We are so appreciative on our tour of visiting with folks in Batesville that some folks would go out of their way to set us up at what we call the set on location at Kent's Firestone in Batesville. Look at us. I've been standing up for years doing this interview, and I've gotten old and decrepit and couldn't stand anymore. And John said, well, I'll just fix you up with a chair today.
David Black.
John Kent, how's it going?
The handicap.
Yes, sir.
It's going well. It's
Good
going
to
well.
see you.
Hey, not many places provide you with a venue like this.
This is wonderful.
See, look at
This
that big
is
word.
wonderful.
Venue.
Venue, I like that. Venue. I thought that was something to eat.
I'll ask your wife to explain that to you when you get home. She will say to you, you live here, why don't you clean up this venue?
I got you.
This venue needs vacuuming.
The venue, the place.
Well, you understand that word.
I think I got it now. I got it. How's John Kent and how's things at Kent's Firestone?
Oh, just great. It's summertime. The weather's hot. People are getting their cars fixed up for hot weather driving. Tires are selling really good. We are taking care of their needs, you know. They come in and they say, I got this funny vibration in the front of my car, and they'll have a knot swelled up on it. Hot weather does that, you know. It just suddenly started, yeah.
Yes,
Well, it was
it
just
does.
suddenly about to go boom. You know? But we have the cure for that, you know.
You do, don't you?
And we even right now, this is July we're talking about, but through the 9th of July, we still have our $100 rebate on the Firestone tires. They've been going out the door like hotcakes. As a matter of fact, I just got in a big order yesterday to try to take care of the 4th of July and next week after they go on the trip and find something wrong. So the thing I want you to do, folks, is don't go on that trip and have a problem when we can take care of it before you went, because it'll cost you a lot less in Batesville than it might out on the road.
Anywhere on the road.
Between here in Destin or Orlando, or, you know, you break down out there and it's a $200 record bill, and then who knows
Yes,
what.
exactly right.
So
exactly right.
we want to take care of your needs. Bring your car in. Let's get it serviced. Let's look it over from stem to stern. Point out to you what you need. If you want it done, we'll do it. If you don't, that's fine. And you say, oh my goodness, John, you're taking all my vacation money. We have an answer for that, David?
Oh, yes, sir.
What is that?
You can drive away with time
to pay. That's right.
You can do that. You don't have to pay it all right now, do you?
No,
You just
no.
drive, and then they give you about 30 days you pay, and then you drive a little
Yeah,
more.
and with this sale, you get $100 back on that set of Firestone tires when we put it on your Firestone account.
You know, $100 percentage-wise on a set of tires is a huge percentage on a set of tires.
That's about 25%.
That's a lot of money. It's a free tire.
Yes, free tires.
Like you give away. Yes, sir.
Many cases.
Yes, sir.
And most of these don't qualify for the buy three, get one free, but it's almost like the same thing. See?
Right, right.
But if you don't want to go that way, we're the home of the buy three, get one free. I just bought a big selection of Firestone light truck and passenger that we're going to have on the buy three, get one free. We've never had that before.
Okay.
So they've all come in now. I've got them in the computer, and we're going to start doing it immediately.
Okay.
So come on in and ask about our buy three, get one free special. And hey, even if you didn't get the 100, if you didn't get here in time for the 100,
You don't need it.
that may be more.
That is exactly right.
In some cases, that's $150, $200.
That is exactly right. $800 set of tires, yeah.
It's 25% off.
That's pretty good.
Where in the world can you get 25%
Nowhere.
off? And it's off, in most cases, less than the regular price on the tire.
Sure. You
Because
get a good
I
price
bought
anyway.
I bought these on special. I've got them on special. I've got a warehouse full of them. I don't need them sitting up there, folks. I need them on your car, because at the end of the month, Uncle Bridgestone Firestone's going to want something from me.
Yeah, they like
A check.
they like pay.
They pay.
Hey,
Yeah.
you got to pay.
You pay them now. They're like the IRS. You pay them now or they cut you off. IRS put you in jail. They probably wouldn't do that.
Firestone, I put you in jail.
Well, not unless you really got bad behind. So, but we could fight that all the way to the Supreme Court now.
Absolutely.
You know, I know a guy once here in Batesville that sued a major bank because he claimed that they loaned him too much money, and they got him in trouble by just keeping on loaning him money.
Well,
and he won.
And he won.
And he won. But he got a settlement.
Okay.
He won.
Did he get enough to pay off his debt?
Probably.
Okay.
Because I still see him around. He's out of business now, but I still see him
Is that right?
around
Yes,
living the
sir.
life of Riley. So anyway, so there's something we may do someday, David. You
May have to.
And retire. Yeah,
That's exactly
you just
right.
loan me too much money, folks.
Yeah, their fault.
Yeah.
Their fault.
Oh well, we know how that all works.
You're all right in Firestone.
we want to get you ready for summer driving. This heat, and it's going to be
Been
99
stifling.
degrees today at a minimum. I just got back off a fishing trip, and it was hot up there on that lake.
Yes.
That sun shining down. I found out how good that sunscreen was. You don't see it burning.
Pretty good.
anymore.
No, you look good.
It was, yeah, well, of course, I always
look
look good,
good.
but I didn't get burned.
You still look good.
But it's hot out there.
Mm-hmm.
I tell my guys, you come in, folks, you want something done. It may take a little longer right now because I'm not going to press them
Right.
to do
Gotta
what
take
they
a
do
break.
in the wintertime. They're going to take a break. They're going to get some Gatorade. They're going to get some water. They're going to sit down for a little while. So expect it to take a little longer, and that's for safety reasons.
Absolutely.
And also you don't want them half passed out working on your car, do you?
No, I'd like for them to be at full tilt.
At full tilt. That's
Full
right.
tilt.
You do. Because when you get up to 80 out there on that expressway, you don't want anything to happen. And we don't either.
Well, there's no doubt, as hot as it is in these machines that we drive, I mean, you just got to do some things to prevent it from breaking down. That's what you guys do.
And preventive maintenance
Yep.
will save you so much money in the long
No
run.
doubt.
If you get to those brakes before they ruin the rotors, then
Saves
you
you
save
money.
a bunch of money.
Save you a bunch of money.
If you get to that oil change before you run out of oil and it tears up that motor, saves you a bunch of money.
You bet.
You bet.
bet.
And I'm not sure that there's any warranty company anywhere that if you said, well, I just ran out of oil, it would say, well, we don't cover that,
Right.
There are some simple things you're supposed to do.
That is right.
So we want you to be safe. We want you to be fixed. We want you to have some time to drive away with time to pay. We've got all that in store for you in July. We're even going to give you a holiday. You can go shoot some firecrackers.
There you go.
You can go, and I'm going to give my guys that day off. Aren't I good?
Are you? The 4th?
Well, yeah.
Y'all not going to work?
That's a Wednesday, and it's the work day, but oh, Lord, I'm going to give them that day off.
You're getting soft, Mr. Kent.
I know.
You're getting soft.
I can remember years ago when I didn't celebrate holidays. We just stayed open at the station.
Is
next
that
door.
right? Yeah.
Or if it came a big snow on Saturday night, I was down there opened up on Sunday morning, even though I don't open on Sunday. Take care of your needs.
You got to
folks.
take care of folks.
That's what we're here for.
You've done it a long time, Mr. Kent.
Well, it's going on
Y'all had
56 years.
56 years in business and a wonderful legacy that's, right here in Batesville, Arkansas, and been here and tremendous tradition. And you
But
guys,
what we have is tremendous customers.
Yeah.
Had a lady this morning, drove all the way down here from Mountain View because she was in here with her daughter who had a wonderful experience buying tires, just was tickled to death. And she said, Mama, don't you ever go anywhere else.
There you go.
So she called Bobby yesterday and said, I need these tires. He said, we've got them. We'll hold them for you. She came in this morning, got them, put them on. Satisfied customers bring you other satisfied
They do
customers.
that. They do that, my friend.
And we'll do the best we can do to take care of you every day, to answer your questions. And ladies, when you come in with a thump, bump, and rattle, we want you to tell us exactly how that sounds. And a lot of places say, well, you're a woman, we're here to take care of you. We're here to listen.
Absolutely.
Listen is the most important part, whether you're man, woman, boy, or girl.
Sure.
Listen to your problem, figure out what it is, and get it fixed. Because here's the deal. You drive the car every day. When something changes, it makes a new noise, you know what it is. We don't know what it is.
That is right.
And I'm going to send somebody with you that can hear. so they'll know what that noise is. And they're ASE certified technicians. They'll be able to get you in, diagnose it, figure it out. I had a fellow this morning that thought he needed brakes. He didn't need brakes. He had a wheel bearing about to fall off the truck.
Yeah. You need a little extra.
And we fixed it,
There
He
you
said,
go.
well, I thought that was brakes. No, it wasn't brakes. And it was worse than brakes because when
Well,
that thing
most of
goes,
us-
the wheel goes.
Yeah, most of us can't diagnose. Most of us just think we've got the problem. I'm talking about customers. We can't diagnose. We
Yeah.
can give you the information and let the professionals diagnose.
We get a whole checklist anymore from people who have Googled it. And they say, oh, this is what it says on Google. It's wrong. Okie doke. That's fine. We write that down. And then when we figure out what it is, we'll go tell them this is what's wrong. Well, they didn't say a thing about that on Google. You know, the internet has become what the newspapers used to be. You used to say if it's in print, the newspaper had to be true.
Right.
If it's on the internet,
Google,
it has to be true.
Yeah, he's right.
You know, if you ever Google some bad feeling you had, you're sick, and by the time you get through reading, you think you're going to die.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Well,
I've got all those symptoms. It says I'm on that.
And all these people were terminal. Oh my gosh, that'd be a good idea to check with your doctor, right?
John Kent, good to see you, my friend.
And even if you don't buy anything from us, we're going to give you one of our sweet mints so that you always leave here with a sweet taste in your mouth. And I have one for your lovely camera person, too.
My lovely camera person will be more than happy to accept a sweet mint from Kent's Firestone.
And I gave her a check before we started.
You did that? Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. John Kent.
Come see us at Kent's Firestone.
Tammy Gallen at the Dairy Queen, the Grill and Chill. And I love the name of Grill and Chill because we grill and we chill.
Yes, we do.
So we're grilling a lot of stuff back in the kitchen, and we're chilling a lot of stuff out front right here, and we're chilling with some blizzards. We want to talk a little bit about blizzards. We're in the hot days of summer. We're into July. Tell us a little bit about some of the blizzards we have and some of the blizzards we have coming up.
Well, we're still running our summer blizzard menu, which has the cotton candy, the Jurassic Chomp,
Several others.
yes, several others.
I want to tell me about the Jurassic Chomp. Jurassic Chomp. That just sounds so good.
Well, it's got cold fudge, and then it's got little, they call them Buckeyes, but it's peanut butter with chocolate coating on it.
Oh my goodness. Chomp. You know, and I've told you often about the blizzards themselves, and I don't think I've ever had a bad one. I think I could just say, just give me the ice cream blizzard. I'll take that.
There you go.
All I want to say, I don't want anything on it. But if you want to put some Snickers in there, that's okay, or some Oreos. But and you mentioned something about a Star Spangled Banner and
It's a
couple of.
Star Spangled Blizzard coming
Okay.
up. It starts July 4th,
Okay.
and it also has a red, white, and blue star kiss stuck in the top of it.
Wow, cool. Celebration of the 4th of July. Yeah, that's cool. Well, we want to remind folks, you know, and I got to thinking about gift cards
Yes,
for any occasion.
any occasion.
Birthdays.
Birthday, just a thank you, or just a gift card.
Yeah, there's no doubt that gift cards in the world today have become very, very big. Y'all have them here, and if you just want to say a thank you to somebody, get a gift card from the
Get a
Dairy
gift card.
Queen.
That's right.
All right, tell me again, because we know we have a lot of people that take advantage of the $5 lunch. And I don't know why you go spend $11 somewhere for lunch or $13 for lunch, but you can get lunch right here for $5. And
$5.
come to the Dairy Queen and take advantage of $5. What do we get for $5?
Okay, well, we have our 3-piece chicken strip $5 lunch, or we have our deluxe cheeseburger.
Right,
We have a Kansas City bacon barbecue
right.
cheeseburger. And we also have a salad on our $5 lunch. And with all of them, you get fries and a medium drink and a sundae, except for the salad, you don't get the fries.
Well, if you're having a salad, you probably don't want the fries
Fries
anyway.
anyway, that's right.
If you're not going to eat anything, you're not gonna, why would you want some French fries? No, but I agree with you. But chicken strip for $5, the staple of Dairy Queen for many, many years.
Yes.
We were traveling through, my brother and I, last weekend, just in Illinois, just outside of St. Louis, and we stopped in at a Dairy Queen, and I went in for a little ice cream treat at 11:30 at night. He just had to have him a 4-piece strip dinner for his little snack. We already had summer. It's hard to beat the chicken strips at Dairy Queen.
That's right.
They're very, very
They're
good.
very good.
All right, we've got something that's dear to our heart coming up. Tell us about the. We want to ask people to come. We want to ask people to donate as such. But tell us about that.
August 2nd is our Children's Miracle Network Day,
Right.
and all proceeds from blizzards sold that day will go to the Children's Hospital in Little Rock.
And y'all have done that for many, many years, and all the proceeds to all the blizzards that you sell that day. And I know that money racks up because you guys do a lot of business, and we want you folks to remember August the 2nd to come by and join us. And and then y'all just make the donation on behalf of all the people. And I guess we put all the little balloon stickers on the wall for
We've been
everybody
doing
that does
that,
it. Yeah,
yep.
that's pretty cool. In the afternoons, if you need something at a special on a drink, tell us about our drink specials.
We have a happy hour, and it has the frappe and the small smoothie, and then it has the pretzel sticks.
Good deal. And what time's the happy hour?
From 2 to 5.
2 to 5. I love the happy hour being a 3-hour happy hour. That's a long hour.
It is, and you can get large drinks for $1.
Large drinks for $1 during happy hour. Well, Tammy, I know that, how long you been here now? How long have you taken over? It's been several months.
Since January 1st.
Oh, January 1st, and things are going great, you say, and people continue to use the Dairy Queen. We thank the folks in our area. Last time I was in here, there were 6 people from Newport in here eating. We thank those folks for coming over also.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely. She's Tammy Gallant. She's in charge of the Dairy Queen, the Grill and Chill right here in Batesville. We want folks to come see us. What time we open in the mornings?
At 10.
10 o'clock in the morning. We can get a little something to eat all the way until what time at night?
10 o'clock during weekdays, and then on Friday and Saturday we stay open till 11.
Wow, staying open late, and you can always come in and get you a simple little old dip cone if you'd like one.
That's right.
She's Tammy Gallant. We're at Dairy Queen Grill and Chill. Come join us for lunch, the $5 lunch, or any time during the course of the day. Open on Saturdays and Sundays also. We're at St. Michael's Place, Pecan Street, Newport, and of course everybody knows this guy. This guy is Jay Cox. This is Nora Weller. First of all, Jay, tell us a little bit about Nora, and then we'll talk to her and get all the information from her.
Well, David, it's good to be here today. Glad you're out
Good.
with us again. And one of the things before we introduce Nora to you is we're having a luau here today, and we should have set up around in the cafeteria today. It's decorated
Right,
with,
yeah.
all kinds of decorations and palm trees, and residents are excited about what's going on. We're
I
just
bet.
going to have a big party here this afternoon, and that's just one of the things we have going on here. So we're excited here at St. Michael's today. We're having a big party. So
Party time.
you should
Get
stay
down.
around with us. You're dressed for it. Got the
I'm ready to
bright,
go.
bright colors on.
Yes,
And,
sir.
you'd fit in well with
Yes,
us today.
sir.
And so anyway, we're all having a luau here today at St. Michael's. We're having a good time. But just one of the many things going on here at St. Michael's. And like I said, we've had some changes. And one of the changes we have is a brand new director of nursing. And this is Miss Nora Weller. And we'll let her kind of tell us a little bit about herself. And so we're introducing to you today Miss Nora.
Miss Nora, we welcome you to the program, and we welcome you to St. Michael's Place. First of all, we've got to find out a little bit about you. Tell us about you, where you grew up, just a little information, and how you got to St. Michael's Place.
Okay. I grew up in a small town outside of Batesville in Independence County, Sulphur Rock.
Sulphur Rock.
Little bitty town. I started in long-term care in '95. That's telling you how old I am.
Okay.
As a CNA, and I've worked my way up to Director of Nursing. I worked at Woodlawn in Batesville as their Director of Nursing for 8, almost 9 years.
Wow, okay.
Left there, went to Batesville Healthcare, even went to Walnut Ridge to Lawrence Hall.
Okay.
And then I took a couple of years off, and I sold tractor parts and worked on the farm. And I didn't know Jay said he was going to get somebody off a tractor to come be the director of nursing, but that's exactly what they did.
I was kidding with Nora before we got on. I said, well, Jay told me that we were going to just get some old girl off the tractor to be the director of nursing, and look who shows up. Nora Weller shows up from Sulphur Rock, Arkansas. that is pretty neat. Well, let me ask you this, Nora, and you talk about being in long-term care and looking back, what got you into this field? What kind of triggered the mind to say this is what I want to do?
I always knew I wanted to be a nurse, and elderly people to me are the greatest generation on earth. They took care of us, they raised us, and they deserve care and respect. And I mean, they're the greatest generation.
And I can tell by the way you answer that question that you've got a heart for this business, and that's what this business is looking for. It's what St. Michael's is looking for, somebody for the director of nursing that would come in here and have the love for the residents that you have to have. Tell me a little bit about director of nursing as itself in general. What are some job responsibilities, and specifically what you do here at St. Michael's?
Staffing, reports, making sure everything's making sure everything's done, especially according to regulation. People don't realize that long-term care is regulated second to nuclear power plants.
Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah, I knew lots of government regulations in
Yes.
that, and you got to dot all the I's and cross all the
Yes.
T's. And so you did that for a long time. You got on the tractor. You came here, and tell us about the experience so far. And I know you got a plan about what's going to work here for St. Michael's Place. Tell us a little bit about how excited you are to be here.
When they called me for an interview and I came in and I walked in the building, I just knew this was my new home.
Wow.
I mean, I just felt that this place has a great atmosphere. The staff is great. I got plans to make things better.
Sure.
But
Sure.
it's not because it's a bad home at all.
Right.
It's great. I mean, they just treat their residents wonderful, but, you know, everywhere can have some changes to make it better.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I'm going to be part of that change.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of experience, bring a lot of experience, and bring no doubt a love for what you do. Jay, I know it's excited to have Nora here. We continue to do great things here at St. Michael's Place. And you talk about party time, but lots of things going on throughout the course of the year, and we're just excited about the growth that we're having here at St. Michael's Place. Talk a little bit about the growth that we talk about.
We are, and probably next month we'll introduce another new employee. We did get a new dietary manager as well, so and we won't talk about her today. We'll wait and introduce next month. So we're, like I said, we've undergone some changes, some very positive changes, and you know, a lot of people are afraid of change, but we've made necessary changes for the better, and so we're excited about that. And one of the things I heard Nora say that you know, talking about the elder generation and how they deserve good positive care because they've taken care of us. Long-term care is something that gets in your blood. You know, I've seen people come and try to get into long-term care and not last in this field. And yes, we do go through employees that come in and it's not for them.
Sure.
You know, we have to go through those. You know, people graduate nursing, they get into it and realize this is not their field. Same way with CNAs and even people in the other areas of our home that, you know, we have maintenance, we have housekeeping, we have dietary. You know, people realize that this line of work is not for them, but that's okay because we also will find some that it gets in their heart, gets in their blood, you know, and this is for them because working with this age group and working with these types of people, to me, it's a calling and it's a lifestyle, and we want those employees that want to be here and want this, and once it gets inside of you, you can't get away from it. I mean, and so we are excited to have people on board that want to take care of these elders, and it's not all elders. I mean, now we're in the nursing home field, we're getting residents that are younger. People are getting sicker at a younger age nowadays. You'll find, you know, because of lifestyle changes, people are coming into nursing homes a lot younger than they used to. And so we're also having to adapt and make changes, you know, for younger residents. And so that creates new challenges for us. So, you know, and part of our changes and dynamics that we're having to change is because of that. But what we're doing at St. Michael's is very positive, and we're excited about the growth and excited about the changes and excited to have new staff. So.
Well, I know this, and Nora, I kid you about getting off the tractor and coming to work here and Jay looking for somebody, but I know you're a welcome addition to St. Michael's Place. They love having you. Congratulations on your new job assignment.
Thank you.
Nora Weller, she's from Sulphur Rock, Arkansas. She told me early on, she's from a small little town up near Batesville, and I said, well, what is Sulphur Rock? And I happen to know your basketball coach, Coach Krotz, did I not?
Yes, you did.
Could you shoot it pretty well when you played?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I probably could still do that, but my sons could probably outshoot me.
Well, we don't want to tell them that. No, keep them thinking that you can outshoot them. Jay, we appreciate you, my friend, for taking time to join us here at St. Michael's Place. And once again, congratulations to you on your job assignment. St. Michael's Place, Pecan Street in Newport. We've got things going on out here. We're growing, we're happy, and we're doing what we need to do for our community.
Come see us.
Missouri Agency on Aging. Their report this time, we're at Eagle Mountain Assisted Living in Batesville. We've been here before and talked with Sheila Gates. We have some new guests that we want to visit with. We have a resident that we want to talk with, and I can guarantee you we're going to have some fun over the course of the next few minutes. Kay Brogdon has joined us, and Kay, tell us a little bit about you and tell us a little bit about the lady that we're going to be talking with.
Well, you don't want to hear too much about me. I'm a retired school teacher and currently pastor at Hardy United Methodist Church. A couple of years ago, my husband and I moved here to Batesville to be closer to our children and grandchildren. And my mother was living in Sherwood, and we wanted her closer to us, and so we chose Eagle Mountain Assisted Living, and we've been very pleased. And my mother is Bobby Evans, and I'm going to tell something now.
Okay.
She will be 96.
She told us.
June the 18th.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
And she has moved in here and taken over.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. So we'll come back to you in just a little bit. But Miss Bobby, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about you, almost 96 years young. I thought you and I are about the same age. I'm 47, 57. I'm 62. And so you got a birthday coming up. When's your birthday?
18th of June.
Well, happy birthday this month then.
Yes,
This show will be running all month long. Happy birthday to you.
I've had a long, good life.
Had a good life, haven't you?
I have.
Tell me a little bit about being here at Eagle Mountain Assisted Living, and tell me some of the things that you enjoy. I know you have a beautiful apartment here. It's just decorated, and when we were coming down the hallway, we picked out your room. We knew where it was. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, when you get my age, you begin to need help. You need assistance. And I'd tell anybody this is a wonderful place to be for assisted living. They're just wonderful to me. They're spoiling me, and I don't think my family would want me back. But we have a lot of entertainment. The food's good, and it's just really pretty, and everyone's so good to me. And my daughter wanted me here close to her. And when you get my age and you do need assistance, I'd say this is a wonderful place to be.
Miss Bobby, you talk about some of the activities that they do here, and I know they keep you busy, but share with us some of the things that you enjoy doing.
Well, we have exercise 3 times a week.
Okay.
And we have games to play. We have exercise. We have mental work too, which is good for our brain at our age. And they take us out to eat. They take us outside when the weather's pretty, and we walk. And they bring in real good entertainment, and we have church services 3 times a week.
Great, fantastic.
Tuesday mornings, Thursday morning, and Sundays.
Yes, ma'am. Let me ask you this, Miss Kay. There's got to be some ease off your mind knowing that that we're in a pretty good place.
It is. My husband and I like to travel, and we're gone a week at a time here and there, and it's just so calming for me to know that Mom is here and she's being taken care of, and if they need me, they know they can get in touch with me. But she stays pretty busy. She was talking about her activities. When she first got here, I would call, and 2 or 3 times she would answer and say, "I can't talk to you right now, I'm doing an activity," and hang up on me. So I wised up and I started getting a monthly calendar so I could time my visits and my phone calls. But she's happy here, and it's just a calming feeling for me to know that she's here. The staff is absolutely phenomenal. They care for every resident here. And you can tell when you're walking around in the building, they're just helping and they're laughing. They keep everyone laughing. This is a happy place, and that's what you want. You don't want to walk into a place and everyone is sitting there, with a frown on their face. But this is a happy, great place for these people to be, and it's a great place to visit.
I bet, yes, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. We've been here. This is the 3rd time that I've been here, and when you walk in, you can feel it. You feel that family atmosphere. You see it in not only the residents but the staff, and in no doubt that Eagle Mountain Assisted Living is a wonderful place if you're considering needing assisted living. And You can look us up on the website at eaglemountainassistedliving.com or look at the phone number at the bottom of the screen. But I've got to get back to Miss Bobby and ask her a couple of questions. You talk about your 96th birthday coming up. Looking back over the years, you had any of those birthdays where you go, boy, that's the one I remember because I had the cake and the ice cream, or they all been pretty good to you? How's your birthday?
They've all been good, but you know, I could tell you a lot. I remember the Depression, World War II.
Yes, ma'am.
Men going to the moon. I've lived through a lot of things. I just wonder what'll be next. I probably won't be here to see it.
I bet you will. I bet you will. You talk about the Depression because most of us only, and you don't have to spend a lot of time on this, but the Depression, I can remember my mom talking about the Depression, and then tough time, very, very tough times. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I remember that what money my dad had in the bank, we lost. The bank's closed.
Right.
And I remember we also had bad weather. Didn't rain for a long time.
Right, drought.
And back then there wasn't as many industries, and my daddy was a farmer.
Right.
And I was young, but it was hard times, I can remember.
Well, there's no doubt when you've had the great fortune of being on this earth for almost 96 years, you've seen a lot of great things happen in this country, and some other things that haven't been so good. But we want to wish you a very, very happy birthday. I know you're excited.
Thank you so much.
96 years old, and happy birthday this month. Happy birthday.
I can't believe I'm this old.
So here's the good thing about that. Just wait till you get the 100th birthday, and they're going to really treat you more like a queen than what they already do, because they know that they say that you're the queen of this place.
You all hear that?
There's nothing wrong with her mind, I can assure you.
I can assure you there's nothing wrong with her mind either. And anyway, it's just a great pleasure to get to meet you. And again, I wish you a happy birthday. And I'm glad you enjoy it, because that's what it's all about. I mean, life in the at this time should be just as enjoyable as it was when you were 12 years old. It looks like you're having fun.
Well, I'm trying to.
That's all right. Thank you so much. And Kay, listen, I appreciate you taking time to be with us today, and
Thank you.
letting us get to meet your mom. And I can tell you, and you know, when you told me in the beginning, and so did Sheila, you're a character, Miss Bobby. You are a character. Thank y'all so very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's continue on with more of the Business Spotlight. Each and every month, or most of the time each and every month, we get to visit with Mr. Ted Hall, the Executive Director of White River Area Agency on Aging. Missed you last month, my friend.
Absolutely.
But it's my pleasure to get to see you again today.
Absolutely.
We are in the dog days of summer, as they say.
We are.
Hot, and we want to kind of use that theme and talk about some very important issues that we have when we're talking about seniors.
Sure. And you know, the reason why we really want to do it's really hot today.
Yes,
so
sir.
you know, we have our senior centers that we have throughout our 10-county area, but right now we want to talk to the folks in Jackson County, because we know we have a new facility there, David, which you helped us that day. We had
Yes,
the
sir.
opening for that. But it's air conditioning, it's cool, but more important than that, and that is very important this time of year, of course, but it's a place where people can eat.
Sure.
And also there's a place they can visit with folks. There's activities there. If you want to shoot pool, or if you want to just whatever, there's places and programs that's on there all the time, in there all the time, whether it be talking about diabetes or learning how to make sure you don't learn to fall, how to kind of take precautions about that. So we have beanbag baseball going on, those kind of activities there. So there's always something going on, and plus it's a place that people can eat. And so it's just real important that we get the word out that there is a place to go during the daytime in these days that's so hot. So the other thing that we really want to emphasize, David, as we were talking before we did the show, is that this is a time of year that we want people to be checking on seniors, simply because, as we've already mentioned already, it is hot,
Yes.
and making sure that people are in a place or can get to sure they're cool at nighttime and during the daytime. So this is our emphasis today as we do this program is that let's check on seniors. Let's know where they are. We do this at Christmas time because of the cold weather, but we need to do it in the summertime. And so just because it's the right thing to do. And it's what we do at White River Area Agency on Aging. We take care of seniors, and whether somebody calling in wanting to know about some issue they've got going on, they need in-home services or whatever it is, they need to know about their drug plan or whatever, what White River Area Agency does. And we've been around, David, about 38, 39 years, so it's long before I got here, but they've been doing something right, and so we wanted to continue the tradition to make sure that we are serving the seniors of the 10 counties we cover, and certainly in Independence County, Jackson County. So we just want to emphasize those that we're here to help. They can call 870-612-3000, and that's at our corporate office. And if you have questions, we can get you information, or I'll send you to different places as the requests come in. And we have these every day. And so, and you know, David, we have housing. We have housing, and we have our foster grandparent program, which we have 13 foster grandparents in the Newport public schools throughout the year. So, you know, it's we're all about being around. We have an office staff over in Newport that does just a great job. So we just want to make sure that seniors have a place. And sometimes it's amazing, David, how people don't know where to go. And they may know that we're around, but they don't know exactly what we do. And so sometimes they just need a little help, and that little help go a long way. So
well, and we want to remind the folks about where the location is. I mean, it's the old where the Castleberry Elementary School is. It was the kindergarten building. It had been completely remodeled. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, that was a great. You know, I saw that building. Of course, I'm an old school man.
Sure.
And I saw that building. And I knew it hadn't been used, and I didn't know how, but it had been several years they hadn't had anything in there. And so we just met with Dr. Bennett and the Newport School Board. And of course, a guy named David Black kind of helped us get in there with all that. And so it just it worked out where the board was willing to let us lease that building at a very small fee, like $1.
There you go.
But at least it put something in the building. And so we went back and we were able to write a grant for about $160,000. And so we were able to remodel that, and so you know, it was no cost to the school district or anything like that. But at the same time, it was just a neat project to have. You know, Frank Rogers Group got the bid to redo that, and so you know, we used all the folks in Newport that we could to make sure that we were utilizing money in the community. So, and of course, we work with Unity. They're actually the people, the providers in our world. They're the provider.
Absolutely.
They're the ones that take care of the meals, and they're responsible for activities that actually goes on in the senior center. So that's, David, as we've talked about, that is really was something in 1965. Lyndon Johnson brought this program in the Older Americans Act, and how insightful they were about how this ought to look. And it's lasted ever since then. And so it's interesting to work with. There is lots of rules and regulations, as there is in everything else. But it is a neat service for our seniors, and so it is a place. You know, there are some folks that have, you know, they lost their husband or wife, and they don't have any place to go, but they can go there in that senior center,
have a little fun,
and they can have a little fun.
Yes,
and
sir.
The world is different. It's always going to be different, but if they got friends and people they can visit with, it just makes a difference in their lives. So that's kind of what we do every day, David.
You do that every day, taking care of seniors.
We got to take care, and I think that's probably what we need to be doing. And so we'll try to do that and continue to do that. So anyway, if they have questions about anything dealing with seniors, they can call us here at White River Area Agency on Aging at 612-3000. Of course, that'd be 870-612-3000.
Mr. Ted Hall, my pleasure as always to get to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
Good man, good organization, and working there in Newport, Batesville, and the other counties throughout north central Arkansas. Great opportunity to get to meet Dr. Dylan Carpenter from WRMC Medical Complex in Newport via Batesville at the, I guess, Medical Park Orthopedic Clinic is the official name, and we've kind of shortened it to MPOC Orthopedic Clinic, but it's a lot of words and a lot of WRMC and White River Health System and this, that, and the other. But Dr. Carpenter, good to meet you, my friend.
Good to be here, sir. Thank you.
We want to learn a little bit about you. You're here in Newport. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit, but at the Newport complex. Dylan Carpenter, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us about growing up and schooling and so on and so forth.
Well, it's good to be here in Newport. I grew up in Waldenburg, Arkansas, which is just right down the road, not too far. Graduated Wiener High School and ended up going to Fayetteville. So go Hogs. Hopefully
yes,
we
sir.
Can
oh, big game
pull
tonight.
off that, huh?
Yeah, big game
So
tonight.
that's exciting. Ended up doing engineering in Fayetteville and med school in Little Rock, and been in Batesville, Arkansas, doing orthopedic surgery for the last 5 years. So loving being back home, and I like being in Batesville because it's just close enough to get back home without the mosquitoes.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Anybody who grows up in our area with rice fields and the mosquitoes are tough this time of year. And what beautiful country Batesville is, and there are very few, if any, mosquitoes. That's a very good point.
It's great to be home too. I love it. So
talk a little bit about along the way, somewhere along the way, you had to say, you know, I'd kind of like to be a doctor, and I'd kind of like to be an orthopedist. How did you get into that?
That's a good question. You know, obviously the family is always kind of pushing that direction. That's not really why, but you know, my dad was a rice soybean farmer, so I was out there in the summers, and that's the memory I have is being in the field, 100 degrees about this time with a shovel, shoveling, thinking, I don't think I want to do this.
I need something a little cooler.
So that's where it all started. And you know, you go to college and you think you're going a pre-med route, but you don't really know.
Right.
So I did engineering, thinking, well, if that doesn't, you know, if medicine doesn't work out, I'll have a great degree to fall back on.
Sure.
And then everything just kind of fell in place, and you know, actually the first person I ever shadowed with was Dave Allen at White River Medical Center.
Absolutely.
Watched him do a total knee replacement. So this is when I'm trying to figure out what I'm wanting to do, and I see this, and I'm thinking, well, you know, I'm engineering, and I'm all these instrumentation. It's just perfect. So that kind of hooked me from the beginning. It's kind of funny how it all came full circle, and Dave Allen ended up being the one recruiting me to be his partner. So it's kind of a cool story.
It is, no doubt. You know, and it's different how people along the way don't know exactly what they're going to do until they start doing what they want to do. And of course, you have to have great training. Tell me about training, and we talk about this, and I talk to a lot of physicians. The training part or the educational part, I mean, that's a tough old road. A lot of time in a young man's life, and obviously you enjoyed it. You wouldn't have done it.
Oh, it was a blast. I mean, you know, it's delayed gratification to the utmost, you know. Spent 4 years doing medical school, not counting the college before that.
Sure.
And then our residency training is 5 years, but I loved every minute. Medical school is awesome, you know. So you just kind of get in the groove. It's not a sprint. You know, it's a marathon. So you pace yourself and nose to the grindstone and push on through. So, but you know, I've been here 5 years, and it seems like it just flies by.
It does when you're having fun, you enjoy what you're doing, and you don't consider it work. Talk a little bit about your specialties. I mean, there's tons of things you can do in the orthopedic field, and tell us about specialties, what you like doing, and what you do best, and who you take care of.
Well, you know, in Batesville, we have the benefit, I think, of being general orthopedic surgeons. So, you know, the majority of orthopedic doctors around the state and the country really are subspecialists. So they're just working on the hip or the knee or the ankle or the wrist or maybe the shoulder. We are blessed in the sense that we get to do a little bit of everything. So, you know, I take care of the shoulder, I take care of the elbow, the wrist, hips, knees, feet. You know, there's even some spine stuff that we do because there's no spine doc around.
Right.
So we're blessed to see all these different problems, but we also kind of have little niches. You know, the thing that my favorite thing to do is hip replacements.
Right. Okay.
You know, I learned a technique when I was in training. That's kind of a newer technique where we basically don't cut any muscle. You just kind of slip through the muscle go between there, fix the hip, slip back out.
Wow.
So it just accelerates the recovery.
You bet. You bet.
So, when I got here, Dr. Allen was doing most of the hip replacements, and he said, I'm just going to let you do those. So I was blessed to get all that
You
business,
bet.
and it's been great. So that's kind of my favorite thing to do. Knee replacements as well.
Yeah.
Most of joint arthroplasties, but we take care of athletes
You
all
bet.
the time. So we're
You bet.
working with athletes. We see young kids too, little kids. So we kind of do a little bit of everything, and it's fun.
It's a tremendous field, and it's one because I've had so many different opportunities with being an orthopedist that I've really enjoyed visiting with guys like y'all, because I think what you guys do it's incredible. It's just
fun.
It is incredible.
It's a fun field.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, and you're here in Newport. Kind of tell the folks when you're here and how, if they needed to see you, how they get to see you.
Sure. So we're here. Today's our first day, but we're planning on doing it every month.
Okay.
In this particular clinic.
Okay.
I don't know the exact dates. We're
Okay,
gonna be here,
right.
But they can call and we'll be happy to get in. What we try to do is, if we're here and in Batesville, is if somebody needs to be seen, we're going to work them in.
There you go.
So it's really important, we think, to not, if you need somebody, you're not going to want to wait 2-3
Right.
weeks, right? You need
Absolutely.
to see us now. So we do our best to get you in. If we can't get you in here, we'll get you in Batesville. But
There you go.
obviously, we want to come here because we have a good patient base here. And it just keeps patients from having to travel.
Sure,
So it really
sure.
makes it easier.
Well, there's no doubt that I do know some of your friends, and I know that the folks at WRMC and the medical complex here in Newport, right here in Newport, Arkansas, glad to have you guys here, and what a job that y'all do for our little old community, and talk about the mosquitoes not being at Batesville. I mean, that's a great place to live, and you've got a good team. You're working with a good team,
got a great
and I know
team.
the team's glad to have you.
Yeah, we got a great team, and it's just getting better. So we're always looking to the future. We're trying to explore robotics and see if we can get that included into our program, which I think may actually happen. So we're hopeful, and we're always working on recovery and speeding up recovery and accelerating people getting back to their life, getting back to their jobs. So there's lots. In the 5 years I've been here, it's leaps and bounds, and I don't anticipate that to slow. We got a new partner that's going to be here in August.
Okay.
Who's fellowship trained in sports medicine. Just did one of the best fellowships in the country. So we're really blessed to have the orthopedic surgeons we have here. And I think it's a great service to the community and to the region.
Bet.
So
You bet. I do know this. I know when we pack up this equipment, we walk out that door, and that 100-degree heat hits us. I'm going to think about you in the rice fields when you were younger, and then I'm going to go, maybe I need to change fields myself. Dr. Dylan Carpenter, my pleasure to get to meet you, sir, and good luck to you. I know you enjoy what you're doing, and we certainly enjoy having you here in Newport. Dr. Dylan Carpenter, here at the WRMC complex in Newport. Customized vision care, the Village Mall in Newport. Dr. Gavin McDowell, and he and I have been discussing on what we want to talk about today, and we came up with what?
Well, tomorrow is National Margarita Day.
Yeah, baby!
Let's talk about some different type of glasses.
Yes, sir.
Ones we want to fill with margaritas.
But what is that?
I wish I had a big prop, a big margarita glass would
prop?
have been nice.
But isn't today National Sunglass Day or something?
Today's National Sunglass, that's not near as important as tomorrow's National Margarita Day.
I agree with that.
So much more pertinent to talk about eyes and margaritas.
Well, margaritas, if you get a few of them, disturbs the vision somewhat. I'm not an optometrist. Or an ophthalmologist.
You're not an expert,
I'm
but
not
you
an
have
expert.
dabbled in home science, have you not?
Well, home science will tell me that it does affect the vision somewhat.
Yeah, just a tad.
Driving ability it affects. If you have 4, 5, or 8, or 12, sometimes
Realistically, or all of them.
or all of them.
All of them.
I used to
We'll
drink
have
all
all
of
the
them.
margaritas.
Just let me have all of them, please.
Yes, sir.
How many would you like to have?
Bring me all the
of them?
margaritas you have.
Yes, sir. I'll take it at +1.
Plus one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for one to go.
And a big one to go. A big one. You got to
Awesome.
get a
I wonder
big
if you
one.
can do that. Can you do that at the bars?
Well, I don't know.
I'll find
Probably
out.
not.
You need to find out
What
later.
state you're in.
Yeah.
Just get a big one to go. We have a professional show. We have a professional.
And it's just not this
business here.
piece.
It's not, no, this is not the one you need to be looking at. we actually take care of people's vision.
We do?
We do eye vision, as I like to call it. Not
Eye
ear
vision.
vision, not toe vision, but eye vision.
The only thing I don't check is hindsight. That's a total different medical specialty right
It
there.
is, isn't it? Oh, this guy, sometimes he just puts me to sleep. He's so boring.
I am.
Everything good at Dr. Gavin McDowell's
It is.
Eye Care.
It is
Custom eye care
good.
center.
Yeah. Swinging through the summer.
Been busy.
Been busy. Back to school starting up.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Well, we need to remind folks about
yeah.
that, about
Yes.
coming to
Yes. That's.
kids.
We
I'm a
planned
genius.
this. We planned it. It's all scripted.
We have no idea what we talk about when we get on here. We just go.
That's pretty much right.
But if people are going to go to school, and it might be a good time to check their eyes, have their children's eyes checked.
I get a big flux of them right after school's up because
Right.
you know there's and I hate to say it, I'm in one of these two categories. We have good parents and the parents just trying to tread water, you know. And so the
You're one of those
good
too?
parents come in right at the end of school, start of summer, and just get it done and out of the way. So that way, you know, they got the rest of the summer somewhat handling things. Mind you, my kids have not been in for their summer visit yet, so I'm on the tread and water group.
Two categories.
It's gonna be like, crap, we gotta get them in before school starts next week. But yeah.
Gotta hurry in, hurry in, get
Summertime is a great time to get your kids in, have them stop swimming for 30 minutes or so and come in here and let's get their exams done. That way, my favorite line of the whole school and vision-related campaigns is that a child should not have to fail to see. And what that means is there's so many, even in spite of the fact that schools are mandated where they check vision at certain grades, I don't want a kid getting into a position where they're in school and their grades start to slip, and then the last thing, just the light goes off on the parent or the child's head, like, oh wait, maybe it's their vision.
Right.
And I can't tell you the number of kids I've had come in and be like, how's your grades? And like, oh, they're not very good. And I do their vision, like, I think I know why.
I know why.
And so, a child shouldn't have to fail, or perform poorly in school to then have the opportunity to see that it's their vision related. So a child should not have to fail to see. And I'm a big proponent. Get them in often and early and check it out on a very regular basis.
I was going to ask you about a time frame. Somebody, say they're in the third grade or whatever, and what in their vision, their eye, when will it deteriorate? How much does it deteriorate, and over what course of time does it deteriorate?
Well, that's a good question that has no answer.
Okay. It's different for everybody.
It's different for it's extremely variable, and it could happen with some kids. You talk to people who've worn glasses all their life, and you might talk to someone. I didn't get glasses until I was 16.
Right.
Another person I didn't have glasses, and I started wearing glasses when I was in 4th grade. It's totally way across the spectrum of how it's going to work out, and it's kind of predictable for different types of vision problems. Like children who are nearsighted, they may start showing signs very early.
Okay.
Kids who are very farsighted may not show signs or have difficulties until later in higher up in grades. So it's just there is no answer to that.
Well, there's no doubt that children would suffer if they can't see the board or whatever they use anymore.
Absolutely.
Or reading the computers. We have computers
Oh,
now,
yeah.
and if you can't see the computer, a children's grades will suffer, and the educational process suffers itself
Absolutely,
if they can't see.
absolutely, and like I was saying earlier, the schools. I may be totally wrong on this, but I think I'm right. They screen vision in kindergarten, 2nd grade, 4th grade, and 6th grade.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the schedule, but that is just that. That's a screening.
Right.
And I get just as many kids coming in who have failed a screening because they just weren't interested in what's going on.
Right.
Or the school nurses who are performing these screening tests, they're human.
Sure.
If I told you, hey, you know what, David, I've got 70 kids. I need you to check their vision in the next hour and a half. Just run that through that little machine. It'll do all the work for you. You
miss.
Toward the end, it's going to be like, fine, you can't see, bye, and pass it off. But it's important, and I love the fact that we do that. And that's actually state law, where kids have their vision screened. If they failed, they have to have their vision checked by an eye professional.
By a professional.
But still people fall through the cracks, and there's some things that won't present during a screening that could seriously affect, you know, a child's ability to see and function and perform well in school. So.
Well, there's no doubt that this is the time of year. I mean, we're in July, and school gets started in August, and you need to call and make appointments and get your appointments made, you know,
Yes.
right now to whether you're in Newport or Batesville or around Northeast Arkansas. And you've got several locations that you help folks, and Pocahontas, Truman,
Yes.
From Truman, Pocahontas, and have an office from Jonesboro, have an office in Truman.
Say that in English
You're
this
from
time.
Corning. You have an office in Pocahontas and Truman, is that correct?
Yes,
That is
yes.
correct.
Yeah.
Along with the one here in Newport.
Yeah.
And, we encourage, and our show airs on Newport and Batesville. We encourage the folks in Batesville to if you're looking for an eye care professional, not an eye vision care, but eye care professional, I totally recommend Dr. Gavin McDowell at Customized Vision Care. Funny guy, but a pretty good guy. And
Well, I can't sing and dance, so I gotta have.
you can
I
too.
gotta have some talent.
I've seen you. I've seen you, brother. You can sing and dance, and you can do all those things.
I want you to know that that video was taken years ago, and
I've seen it,
I was
though.
told it would not be posted. That's what I'm
YouTube.
saying.
Well, YouTube. Well, once you get it on YouTube, it's worldwide, isn't
Oh
it?
man, it's there forever.
My friend, as always, a pleasure to see you. You need glasses. You think you need glasses. You want to try some contacts?
Yes,
We do that.
we do, and
Tell us about-
sunglasses.
And
it's National Sunglasses.
Tell me about sunglasses.
Oh,
Y'all
they're
have sunglasses?
fantastic. Oh, we got a couple.
What y'all got?
We got Oakley's, Ray-Bans,
Wow.
Nike's, Bolays,
Yeah.
Kate Spade, Coach.
I had some Bolays, which I call them Bolies, but
Bolays. I love Bolays.
I do too, and I had them for, well, I mean, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years maybe. I never had a pair of sunglasses, but I lost them about 3 years ago. I lost them, okay? And I happened to pull a suitcase out of the closet that I took to Florida 3 years ago, and lo and behold, there they were. I hadn't been back to Florida in 3
know what-
years, but
you know what
I
I
found
mean?
my sunglasses though.
You know what would have made that story even better?
What's that?
If you said, you know, I lost them, I never knew where they were, and then 3 years ago I was going on a trip, I pulled a suitcase out, they weren't there either. Anyway.
So I came in and bought some from Dr. McDowell.
Come got more.
Yes, sir. He's Dr. Gavin McDowell. We're at Customized Vision Care. We're at the Newport Village Mall. Come see us. Unity Health Harris Medical Center, and we get to meet a very interesting human being. This is Dr. Omar Aziz, A-Z-A-Z. A-Z-I-Z, and a guy who has a beautiful accent, and he's not actually from here, but tell us a little bit, Doc, of where you grew up, where you from, and we'll start from there.
I grew up in England. I trained in England. I worked in England as a doctor for 7 years, 3.5 in OBGYN. And then I decided to come to America because my family lives in Colorado. And I worked in Texas for 4 years, so this is where I've been living.
Now
I learned to say yo.
There you go, say y'all. Yes, sir. Well, you take being in Texas, and we talked about before we got on here, the unique thing that you talked about to me coming in here was that you lived in Lubbock, Texas for a little while, and then you lived in Newport, Arkansas for a little while, and you said that Newport, Arkansas was a lot like England as opposed to Lubbock, and explain that.
It's closer in terms of, well, I loved everybody here. The people are very, very friendly, and everything is green, as
Absolutely.
opposed to Texas, which is not green. But in terms of the environment, everything is very close to England. So the minute I landed in Arkansas, I was like, yeah, I'm staying here.
So anybody that's out there that ever complains about Newport, Arkansas, or Arkansas or whatever, listen to a guy coming from England right here and says he loves it in Arkansas. I've been in Lubbock, Texas, and that's dry desert, no doubt about that.
That is true.
Well, let me ask you this, Doc.
I like Texas, don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah,
I
Texas,
really
beautiful
love
country,
Texas.
beautiful country. What made you, as a young person, when did you decide, and how did you decide that you wanted to become a doctor, and why did you choose the field that you
Right.
chose?
Well, I was influenced by my family, really. I've got so many family members who are doctors. So when I was a child, everybody used to ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's like, oh, I just want to be a doctor, because I didn't I didn't know anything else, really.
Right, yeah.
So I think that was a main thing. It's just a family influence. But when I started reading about medicine in general, it's just a different kind of science. It's a special science, and it really attracted me. So I decided to go into medical school, and I became a specialist in OBGYN because it's a special specialty. It's the only specialty where you look after two patients at the same time, the mother and the baby.
There you go.
Never
Never thought about it that way, but that is right, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's considered an intrauterine pediatrician, really.
Right.
It's the only specialty that combines medicine and surgery at the same time.
Right,
So it's a really different specialty.
It's a different
I really
specialty,
like
but yeah, interesting to say the least. And well, and I got to ask you this: I mean, you're here officially, but not officially here to work. But kind of tell us about the dates that you're going to be here.
So I'm actually still in the process of moving. Still don't have my furniture yet. So.
Right.
But I'm starting mid-July.
Okay.
So my official starting date is the 16th of July.
Okay.
That's where I start my first clinic.
Good deal. I know
Yeah.
you're looking forward to it.
Absolutely, I'm very excited about it. So,
May, we welcome you to Newport, Arkansas. We love our little town here. We think you'll fit in. You'll do great right here.
I love it. Everybody is very everybody has been amazing.
That is great.
And I also I'm actually honored to be working with Dr. Jackson and Dr. Jones. I've been really honored that they gave me the opportunity to
Absolutely.
join their practice. They're amazing.
Yeah, they been doing it a long time and are the leaders, no doubt, in their profession around northeast, north central Arkansas, and around the southwest United States, and been very, very good. And as a matter of fact, the doctor that delivered me was Dr. Jackson, but it wasn't this Dr. Jackson, it was his daddy.
Wow.
It was his daddy, so we've had a Dr. Jackson around here delivering babies for many, many, many years.
I've heard a lot about them, and everything has been good.
Good
everything
deal.
has been great. So I'm very excited about working with them.
Omar, good to see you, my
Thank you,
friend.
sir.
Welcome to Newport, Arkansas. Now tell me the two things you learned to say, y'all, and what was the other one you learned to say?
I'm fixing to.
I'm fixing to. If you can say y'all and I'm fixing to, I don't care if you're from England or anywhere else in the world. If you can say those, you fit right in Newport, Arkansas. Good
That
to
is
see you, my
true.
friend.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.